Hello everyone, welcome to a episode of Coffee with Heise, episode 1. And I thought we'd try something a little bit different for, my morning shows. Rather than doing a pre-recorded episode, doing something where, I just go live and we start the day with a stein of coffee and have a look at everything, how the news is going. Hey Luke, thanks for joining in. Little different today. You're the first one on the first ever episode of my morning show. So I thought, rather than doing pre-recorded, I'm just going to look at some hot topics in the news starting the day. And, do the more pre-recorded stuff. I want to do a little differently. I'm looking at some different styles of videos. How you all going? Welcome. Thank you. Free Thoughts asking how it's going. It's going great. You wouldn't know it underneath here. I am wearing pants. But they're covered in paint stains, so I've been stripping and painting, so it's all going good. So everyone, the idea is, once a few more people get in on the stream, we talk about some of the news, the topical news that's coming out for the day. And the idea is, this is your morning break. Most people have a morning tea around 9:30, everyone will have a coffee. So, guys, grab your coffee and get ready. Let me know in the chats when you've all got your coffee and you're ready, and we'll go talk about a few different things. Economic news that's coming out today, some daily figures, a few topical issues I want to discuss, and we'll get right into it, guys. We'll get right into it. So you got your coffee, you're all good? Okay, let's hit the ground running, everyone. So the first thing I want to discuss today, and this is, New South Wales are opening up. They are opening up, guys. They've got their 70%. So let's just have a look at from the new Premier. They've met their targets. New South Wales is on the road to reopen. And I've just shared a tweet where I think it was 9 News, 7 News. One of them was going through a brewery, showing how many kegs of beer, how many schooners of beer. They got these weird, they don't measure it in steins down there. And guys, they're prepping. They're going crazy. It's going nuts. We've got the Twitchies watching as well. Fantastic. Fantastic. Who's talking about? All good. So that's a sign of a rebound. They're getting the beers ready. There's a rebound. So New South Wales will take its first steps towards reopening the state as it passes 70% double dose. The changes to the 70% roadmap will allow up to 10 visitors, not counting children under 12, to a home, previously 5. Lift the cap of outdoor gatherings to 30 people, previously 20, and increase the cap for weddings and funerals to 100, previously 50. So it's good. They've made a few changes here, but generally it's positive. The Deputy Premier Peter Toole said, workers in regional areas who have received 1 vaccine dose will be permitted to return to their workplace from October 11. Now, as a Queenslander having a look at this, it all seems a bit much, because we really have had very little impact here with regards to the virus, everyone. It's had very little impact. Morning Net Slave, and they've reached 70%. Yeah, they were already on the road to hitting 70%. That's the issue. It's not surprising at all. So, the next topic for discussion. Now, this is an opinion piece that came out a few days ago, and this is a bit worrying, this one. But it's good to see. Good to see New South Wales have hit 70%, and they're going to open. Hopefully, they'll lead the way for the other states, so then people won't put up with all of the rubbish. So here's one here. Anti-Vax Tax could be a solution to a COVID policy muddle. And this is from an emerite professor of public policy at RMIT. David Hayward. So, what the whole thing is? You've already got people who are paying so much tax anyway. So much tax is drawn out of us. People are forced to pay. People are paying for Medicare their whole life. They've paid all these taxes. Now you're having these calls for anti-vax taxes as a solution. Well, we don't even need calls for it, everyone. It's going to happen with regards to insurance. It'll be insurance companies. It'll be insurance organizations. Your premiums will start to go up. It's just, they're equating it to seat belts and helmet requirements, and then taxes on cigarettes, which is all to do, that ends up being a poor tax, guys. So there you go. What do you think, everyone? The fact that this is even openly discussed to encourage people to vaccinate. I think just give it time and people will make up their mind. This is not something I'd like to see, but it's out there, guys. It's being discussed. One thing is the media really has to bear a large portion of the blame for just pushing a whole lot of stuff. They've become addicted to the tax. Well, they've become addicted to all tax. If you're talking about smoking tax, yeah, they're addicted to it. Alcohol tax, they're addicted to it. They can't get rid of it, you know? So if we go here, next topic for discussion. Now, this is one, I mean, this is an opinion piece. Remember, this is just an opinion piece, guys. So it's just, you know, raising awareness. Now, if you want to be politically active and are frustrated with this, I would suggest you reach out to your local members and simply say politely that you oppose any discrimination with regards to tax. Maybe they need to give people who've gotten... Actually, no, wait, no, forget this. Everyone who's gotten the vaccine needs to get free taxes for 15 years. I think that's what we need to do. Yep, 100%. Yeah, I'm not biased there at all, everyone. Oh, boy. This is just going to be an ongoing mess. Tax people with high BMI. Yes, there you go. I mean, that's the thing. That's the same argument. If your BMI is too high, your taxes go. Or maybe if your BMI is low, you should get a tax discount. Or maybe your Medicare levy gets reduced. This is the messy situation we get in. And people, there's another article from SBS where they're looking at gender affirmation surgeries being covered by Medicare. And so many people are commenting on how, well, we need to get dental care in there as well. It needs to be covered by Medicare. And I just keep thinking all of the articles I'm seeing where people are pulling their own teeth out from the BBC. So there's little confidence in that. I'd rather pay for it. So, I mean, there you go. There is a policy being discussed. We'll have to see. Now, this is another article. Well, not really an article. This is a consultation. The National Construction Code, NCC 2022. It's a public comment for draft. Okay, it closes in 10 days. Now, I've been really bad. I haven't really been keeping up to date with the public consultations. I remember the last time I went to a feedback session for the National Construction Code, I think I fell asleep. It was that exciting. Certifiers love this stuff, but it's important. And one of the key issues here, now here we go. Here's some of the more significant amendments proposed in this final stage of the PCD include. Now, this policy, this is going in the National Construction Code. It's going to affect every building in Australia, every construction, and it's going to have an impact on the cost of construction. Hey, Joel, how you going? We're just looking at NCC Building Code Review. Now, here are the things. They want to have a stringency increase to the thermal performance of homes from the current levels equivalent to 6-star NATHERs to the equivalent of 7 stars. Okay, that may sound good, but that means it's going to cost even more to build your houses. You're going to have to seal them up more. It's going to be more performance requirements that they're putting on you. These are all the energy provisions under the building code. They keep getting more and more onerous, and houses will keep getting more and more expensive. Introduce whole of home annual energy use requirements, noting the differences between Class 1 and Class 2 buildings. Class 1 are houses, Class 2 are apartments, pretty much. Whole of home annual energy use requirements. I mean, you're going to be limited. There's all, you got, essentially this just ends up being more paperwork and more reports. And then you're limited and restricted in what you can do in your house. Then people will just mod it afterwards later. A new set of deemed to satisfy elemental provisions for Class 2 buildings. New provisions designed to allow easy retrofit of on-site renewables and electric vehicle charging equipment for Class 2 to 9 buildings. And enhanced condensation management provisions, including additional ventilation and wall vapor permeability requirements. So, you know, these ones I'm not too worried about. Here and going up another star to 7 stars. I mean, come on. To support stakeholders in providing informed comment on the proposed provisions, a range of resources are available. So we can have a look at them here. But I wanted to draw everyone's attention to this so you can provide comment about it if you're interested. I think it's something I will go through. Here we go. I'll go through the explainer video another time. Maybe a dedicated video just looking at this, guys. What do you think? I mean, it just gets more and more expensive. I remember when they first brought in Section J, I was able to do the assessments myself. Now certifiers want a professional to do it. Then you go to someone else to do it, it's another $1,000, another $500 on every job. It may not sound like a lot, but it all adds up, guys. It all adds up. Okay, so with regards to that, check it out. Now, we've got a bit of other information that's coming out today. The economic data that's out is, well, pretty much just the RBA chart pack. And you can get that from the Reserve Bank of Australia. And we'll probably go through these in greater detail. But I thought I'd just highlight GDP growth for the world. There you go, rocketing up. Advanced economies rocketing up. So, you know, it's going strong. Rob's asking me if I've ever been to a meeting. No, I haven't been to a NCC meeting. Maybe you can enlighten me, Rob, what it's like. I've avoided that, to be honest. I went to some of the, what was it? I used to be on the practice committee of the Institute of Architects, and that's as much as I got involved in anything like that. I'm just bringing up the VMix social guys so I can highlight your comments. To see, okay, hang on, that should be working. There we go. There we go. Come on. Okay. So we got the chart back here, and we've seen some of these. Inflation, China and India. Inflation in advanced economies shooting up. What is written on your coffee stein? Is it proper German stein? Where did you get it from? Sorry, off topic. I just joined. It was the first thing I saw. Bitburg, sehr begehrt seit 1817. And it is, I don't know where it's made. I don't know where this one's from. So it's written in, most of the steins I have are usually Austrian, or they're from when my mother went over to Germany and got them for my father, and then brought them back. Made in China, not this one, not this one. Most of them West German. That's how old they are. You can't beat the West German technology, guys. Okay. Trying to get that up and running. Fantastic. Oz is being portrayed as a total police state here in the UK. I think it's that bad. And this is from Monty. Depends on where you are living in Australia. Here in Queensland, absolutely nothing. You walk around, you barely notice that we're in a pandemic. You know, I'll go. The only time I've ever had someone ask me to put a mask on when I was going into a shop, and honestly, I don't really care. I'll wear them just to keep people happy. If people don't mind me taking it off, that's fine too. I'll usually ask them, to be quite honest. And here's the thing: it was at a Total Tool shops. Otherwise, most people don't mind. So yeah, except for wearing them in the office. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I don't have to do that, guys. I work from home. You know, this is my office. I'm recording this at my start to the day. You know, I came in, did breakfast with the kids, everything. So, yeah. It's mainly New South Wales, Victoria. And the issue is, it's probably only going to be people that are affected by it. So people that are going out there, I honestly, a lot of people just want this all to be over. And you'll see that in the take-up rates, guys. So the media will overblow it because it gets attention, you know. So let's have a look. Next, let's look at some economic data. So the S&P 500, US stock market. Now, there you go. It's up again on one day. Remember, you know, there's so much hype about the market crashing, the market going down. I've got some exposure to US stocks. You know, I'll have a look on it, check it out. It goes up, goes down. I'm not really worried about it. I guess if people are making short-term decisions, you know, maybe you let it get to you. Let me know, guys, are you worried about the market at the moment? I mean, okay, if it comes off the top and it goes back down, you know, where are we going to head? Where are we going to finish? If we have a look at gold, it's sitting pretty flat at the moment. Silver, as well, is sitting pretty flat at the moment. Some of the tech stocks have jumped right back up. Make it cheaper. Melbourne and Sydney lockdowns are pumping houses in Brisbane. Yes. And that's... I'm doing a video on... I want to do a bit of a different style of video, looking at housing and some of the interventions that's happening in the market. But yeah, we've got a two-speed economy at the moment. Ron is saying the only thing wrecking my nerves at the moment is Bitcoin. If we have a look here, we can see Bitcoin is at 55,000 USD. Good old Ethereum is at, what is it? 3,500. Let me just check my Ether mine. I've had to turn off one of my mining computers to record this, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, good. I'm liking my daily revenue with Ethereum. Might make up my power costs. There you go. Hang on, we've got a question here. BLW. Hi, Florian. I agree, efficient installation, but forcing this on people, no way. Give people a chance to buy their home first. They're always in their own place, making their home efficient. Yes, in their own pace. Yes. I agree. Now, there's an image going around about these Evergrande apartments being sold to make them more affordable with no fit out. So it's literally just a dusty concrete shell for an apartment. Now, I actually think that's a really good idea because you can fit it out yourself. You can put up with a lot of stuff yourself to save money. I mean, that's why I've got a mortgage I'm barely noticing, because I've got a dump of a house, but I'm fixing it up and I'm saving money rather than buying a specky that's half the size further away that looks nice. I can show off to people. What do you think I really care about in the end? And that's the thing. They're forcing all these requirements in the building code because people are woke environmentalists and they think it'll feel good. And the politicians will say, look, we've got so many star housing now. Look how good we're doing. And it drives up the cost for everyone. That's the problem with it. You know, let people do it when they can. Sure, it may be more cost effective to upgrade at the construction stage. Some people may not be able to afford that. Well, that's just how life is. You know, if you want to insulate, cut out some plasterboard, stick some insulation in there, and plaster it up yourself. You can figure out how to do it if you really want to. You know, so yeah, that's an issue. Construction makes money. Yeah. Oh, it's honestly, I don't know if it's going to make any more money. These additional costs, and we're talking about here the NCC. The number one here is going from 6 stars to 7 stars, and I question the accuracy of some of this modeling. I've seen them shonk it. I can't believe how. Seeing the energy assessment modeling that they use on housing really turned me into a skeptic with regards to a lot of this stuff. Just seeing that made me question everything I was taught at university. I became so skeptical. Make it cheaper. Can you survive another decade of economic boom? It depends where you are, because, guys, if we have a look here, you know, Australia, we're not an egalitarian society when it comes to income. Some people are just going nuts. Some are going gangbusters. Everyone I'm talking to in the construction game is flat out. Everyone is busy, guys. And then you get other people who are just struggling because, well, we know where our politicians like to stimulate the economy. That's evident now. That's set in stone. Yeah. So maybe that's the takeaway from all of this. Get a trade, guys. Forget learning how to code. Forget learning how to code. Learn to weld, or at least learn to program robots that can weld. What do we have here? Monty Cheek Chops. Sounds like you're in you are similar to here in the UK. We've had enough and totally new normal. Maybe 10 to 20% mask, but otherwise normal here. I'm self-employed, so I don't have to follow the mandates. Yet, it comes. It depends on where you are. That's the thing. I mean, yeah. UK, you just deal with it, you know? And being self-employed, I mean, that changes your entire perspective. That's another takeaway. You know, you want to have a diversity of income streams. You want to have even if you're working for someone, you want to have a side gig, a side hustle that you can switch to just in case. You want to have no debt. You want to have an emergency reserve. So if someone tries to force you out of your comfort zone, you've got enough FU money to tell them no thanks. We've got one here from Rob. Heise, do you know any good planners? Got a character house issue that council are being nogs with. Is it in Brisbane, mate, or Queensland? Pop me an email. You can find my email. It's florian.heise@heise.com.au, and I'll send you a town planner that I like. We work with him on a few jobs. So yeah, pop me an email, mate. That's the best way. So, K-shaped recovery is a sure thing. Yeah, the 7-Eleven coffees. Yep. I'll live in a tent before I get a 7-Eleven coffee. God, so entitled. Come on, it's not that bad. You gotta get over yourself sometimes. So we've looked at gold, we've looked at silver, we looked at crypto. I'll do a refresh. There you go, 55 grand. Yep, Bitcoin's going back up, guys. Now the question is, will this rally? There you go. Well, look at that. Boom. Oh boy. I can't handle crypto. I can't handle the stress of it going up and down too much. I've realized where I sit with regards to psychology and investment, and that's why I like the boring things. You know, that's it. So now what's trending on Twitter? We'll go here. Nuclear is trending here in Twitter. Are they talking about the subs? What else? Not a single person. So I'm pro-nuclear. The time to build it was the 70s. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's trending in Australia. Nothing here. Probably more talk about the subs. You know? I'd rather help jack up house prices than sip 7-Eleven coffee. Yes. Yes, true. Well, we have a look at the All Ordinaries. It's up as well today. That's what I'm talking about. The moment you get back into BTC, it drives you nuts. Checking every 5 minutes, lol. Well, yeah, that's the problem, Ron. That's the issue where it can become a bit of an addiction, and you're watching it because Bitcoin. TA works with a lot of crypto because they don't have much else. It's mainly TA. It's just markets. It's psychology. So you'll follow it, moving up and down and trying to time the market. I can't do it. Like, that's why I mine crypto. When I get crypto, I mine it or I earn it. I see it as something I want to earn, not something I want to invest in. So I'll treat it as another currency. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see, guys. So Putin has some good fixer-uppers. Oh, it'll be good. It'll be good. Do you mine with T-Rex? Yes, I do on my NVIDIA cards, and then I use Team for my AMD cards. So I just had my other computer behind me. That used to be my primary one. I've got a 1080 and a 1070 Ti. 1080 and 1070 in there, and it overheated the other day, so I opened it up, and I've got the fan blowing on it. You may hear that in the background. So, guys, that's morning coffee. Is there anything else you want to discuss? Any other breaking news that's coming up? We had a look at New South Wales getting out of lockdown. I wanted to draw your attention to this NCC, so you can put a submission into it if you're interested. I really should get to it. The chart packs, that's mainly the only economic news that's come out here in Australia at the moment. Stocks, yeah, seem to be going okay, guys. I cooked a 1070. Lol, be careful. Yes, I mean, yeah, it's served me well. I don't know what I could even sell it for if I could get rid of it. I've got so many computers from when we had so many staff. I just use them for parts now, to be honest. But I've got my new rig here, which is beautiful, with a 3060. So, everyone, that's the idea. Morning coffee like this. Let me know what you think. If you've got any suggestions or articles. $550 for a 1070. What? Really? A 1070? Bullshit. I can't sell that for $550. Really? Civil war in Australia, is there a chance? Not in a million years. Not in a million years. Australia isn't a rebellious country as much as we pretend to think we are. Why are Australians so compliant? Because we are not a rebellious country. Australia remain part of the British Empire. We haven't left it. You know? You've got to understand everything that you're seeing on the media about happening in Australia. There's a few protests down in Melbourne or in Sydney, and there'll be just as many. There'll be more people there bitching and moaning about them, going, oh, these people causing problems. I was talking to a friend, you know, and he was complaining about these bloody tradies, spoiled brats, working in the medical industry. You know, has to put up with a lot of crap. You know, would probably able to turn on the patient, the bedside manner much better. But yeah, so I can't see it happening. Yeah, there you go. Vaccination rates are hitting 80%. That's it. We're going to hit 80%. We'll be there. It'll open up. Nothing will happen. That's what's going to happen. You'll have political point scoring from the states to federal about how you see it happening now with our own premier here in Queensland pushing for more money for the hospitals when we even need it. So yeah, there you go. $5,400 fines make you compliant. Yeah. Yep. Vax is up, but cases are still parabolic. Well, yeah, what you need to look at is the hospitalization rates, because the vax, that's the intention of it, is to dent that. You know, what I would like to see, and let me know if you found it, is how many of these other diseases that we don't even notice that we're all vaccinated for are still spreading, because they still are. They still, pop up in unprotected communities. That would be interesting. I don't know if there's any research. So yeah, I think, thank you, Mark. I hope you're enjoying the content. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So guys, I'll give this a try. I'm trying a few new things this month. Looking at doing a morning coffee. Let me know what time you all have your morning break on, because I mean, my routine is I will start a little later in the day. I don't start at 9 because I'll be at home. We'll have breakfast with the whole family. I'll cook breakfast and we'll get it all ready for the kids, and it'll all be good. Vax passports, are they still happening? I thought they kind of disappeared. You know, that's it. I mean, you got to understand, guys. I'm here in Queensland, so it kind of, we're lucky. We've had nothing. We've had nothing, guys. Feels like it. I mean, I'll have to go out to the shops and I think, oh crap, I'll ask Rachel, are we still wearing masks? What's going on? So, yeah. Oh, there you go. You have mandatory vaccines in Queensland. I don't think we have them anywhere. I think there are a few industries where it's been mandated, but we've already got industries where it's mandated. It's already in healthcare. It's already in aged care for other stuff. So, it's now, finally, some people are starting to get a taste of what they've been happy for other people to accept. That's what's happening here. That's the reality. So some tradies are now having to realize what their wives in aged care or whatever have to put up with, and they're getting the shits with it. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's what's happening. That's Australia. Make it cheaper. Luck has nothing to do with it. Perhaps